welcome and enjoy the show. All right, so this is the beginning of the show, and this is where you enter. Let me come over here. Okay, this is where you enter. This is gives you directions because I had a little bit of trouble with the actual self-guided tour. So for the purpose of tonight, I just cut it short, and then hopefully I can work on it for to have the full guided tour another time. But for tonight, we're going to cut it short. So of course, you're going to use your mouse to navigate throughout the exhibit, and then you can start with the guided tour, which we're going to do, of the courtyard. And the courtyard represents my hometowns, which is Kentuckiana, which is on the border of Louisville, Kentucky, and southern Indiana. So that's where I'm from. Then after that is finished, we can click on the door and go into the first wing. And this wing represents my journey from the Midwest to the West Coast. And basically all that is just me following dreams of living near the ocean. And then while you're in the Route 66 wing, there's another door that you can click on and go into the California wing, which represents the realization of my dreams. And then finally, right before you exit the California wing, there's a door with next to the lakes wall. If you click on that, then you can go outside, and then that will represent the final wing of my current journey. So here we are. There's no prices in the gallery. If you want prices, then you can go to my shop, which we can do at the end so that you can navigate as well. And then you can see from there. So let's just go ahead and start, and then I will be your tour guide. So again, this is just giving you the instructions on what to do. And again, hopefully I can make it a full tour experience because it's just so easy. So this first one is welcome. And this is just saying that I've been blessed with many gifts. I'm a light worker, and I'm going to share my gift with you today of art. Then I dedicate this to my dad, Sonny Robinson, and if you can see the camera in his hand, so that's what I grew up with, my dad and his photos and his love of photography. And just to tribute to him, this is not for sale, but just to tribute to him, I just wanted to make him and me together. So that's just a collage that I did. All right, this is the first piece that's for sale. This is called Visitor from Heaven. It's in my backyard in Jeffersonville, Indiana. And my mom and dad used to always tell me that cardinals are angels visiting you, so I thought that was my dad visiting. This next one is in Louisville, Kentucky. It was right outside the building that I used to work, and it's called Spring on Roy Wilkins Avenue. This next one is in my backyard in Jeffersonville, Indiana, Heavenly Droplets. I just thought that was neat. And then this is New Lewin Spring. This is also in Louisville, Kentucky. This is a digital oil. And I'll explain a few more when we get in. And this is also Jeffersonville, Indiana. All this is grass. I did a filter to abstract it out. And then I'll explain way more once we go in. So here we are. We are here to go. We're going to stop the guided tour and we're going to open this door. This is the first wing. And you kind of just gotta, you see these little, the footprints, you just kind of gotta navigate, and it like wherever you want to go, and then you like turn around and it'll show you like the different areas. So we're going to start right here in Illinois, because this is, we took Route 66 from the beginning to the end, from Chicago, Illinois to Santa Monica, California. And this whole wing kind of represents that journey. So we're going to click on this picture up here, and it'll take us to the picture. And it'll tell us, if you click on it, it'll give you this little pop-up button, right, or box over here. It'll tell you what the name of the picture is in case you want to search for it on the store. This one is called Dream Beginning. It's in Chicago, Illinois, and it's a black and white with a digital sketch overlay, and it is available for sale. Then we can go on to the next one. And if you click on the picture, then it'll take you to that spot and it'll click out this spot over here too. So this one is Illinois 66. This is one of the first stops outside of Chicago. Like once you get away from the big city and you're actually on that rural Route 66, this is one of the first stops. And this is a black and white. I digitally dramatized the clouds to give it just that wow effect. And then also I added a little bit of grain to it, just so it can kind of be like that old feeling. And it's available for sale. Alrighty, let's keep moving. So that's Illinois. The next state on our journey on Route 66 is Missouri. And so over here in Missouri, we stopped at this trade post. It had teepees, which is what drew us to it, but it had teepees, and we actually bought this beautiful Native American woman on a blanket, and she was on the blanket, like drawn on the blanket. We didn't buy her, we bought the blanket of her, okay? And while we were leaving, this lotus pond caught my eye. And so this was one of the pictures that I took with my DSLR camera of the lotus pond. And all I did was apply a digital oil effect to it. So the symbol of the lotus flower, if you don't know, is rebirth. And so that's what I named this, because how fitting is that? A rebirth. That's what I'm trying to do. So that's what that one is, and that's available for sale. Then I'm going to take off my glasses because I'm getting a little warm. I'm also going to turn on my fan. My son's going to plug it in for me, and then I'm going to turn it on. But this next one is Toto. We're in Kansas. I had never been to Kansas before, so I thought this was cool. And another cool thing about this is there were some students in that area, and from I think it was the college, it may have been the high school, but anyway, they got some art students, they got together to sculpt this, and it's just a roadside attraction. And the dots on the 66, those are actually aluminum cans. So I just thought that was really neat. And so what I did, and here comes the wind. All right, what I did with this one is just a black and white digital sketch, and then I also dramatized those clouds in the background too. And it is available for sale. Okay, also in Kansas is this little town called Galena. And it was so cute because it had all of the characters from the movie Cars. And this is the sheriff from Radiator Springs. So I entitled it, Look, Ma, it's Radiator Springs. And I did the same thing with black and white, digital dramatization, and then I did a little bit of a grain effect as well, just to get that old time feel. So that is also available for sale. All right. This next one is when you first cross over from Kansas to Oklahoma. And so I titled this, Toto, we're not in Kansas anymore. And all I did to this was do a digital watercolor. Now, this one is not for sale because right at this moment, I don't know how to get it to look as beautiful as it does in the photo on a print. So I'm playing around with the sizes, but right now that one's not for sale. All right. Next is Texas. So we're out of Oklahoma into Texas. And this is a pop art effect. And it's a black and white. And then I went back in and all of this is called Cadillac Ranch. So all of those cars are ode Cadillacs. And what you can do is so fun. So I recommend this if you've never been on Route 66. This is one of the things that if you do go, I definitely recommend you do this. So what you can do is you go to this place. It's out in the middle of nowhere, a big field. And they have like maybe 10 to 12 cars lined up, Cadillacs lined up. And Kalisha says Cadillac Ranch is awesome. She's been there. But you can take spray cans, paints, and then you just go and you can just do whatever you want to the cars. And so if you look at the second one in blue, it says Chooch and Sunny. And so that's the nicknames for my mom and dad. So Chooch was the nickname that my dad gave my mom, and Sunny is the nickname from his family growing up. So, and they both love them some Cadillacs. So I decided, what better way than to honor them and let them be a forever part of Route 66. Now, their names are probably already spray painted over, but that's okay because that layer is still there, and I know it's still there, and I got a picture of it. So that's also available for sale. All right, we are in the halfway point. So this is awesome. This is exactly halfway between Chicago and Los Angeles. And this is just black and white with a pop of color. I did the pop on the sign and on the Texas flag back there as well. And it's a digital sketch. All right. Next, Albuquerque, New Mexico. Now we're in New Mexico. And let me tell you, Albuquerque, New Mexico is one of my favorite cities in the United States. I absolutely love it there. As a matter of fact, I'm thinking in 5 years, I'll have a second home or a vacation home, and it's probably going to be in Albuquerque, New Mexico, or Santa Fe. Either one, I love them both. But this was just a building that we ate tapas there, and I just happened to look up, and this is what I seen, and so I was like, wow, this is amazing. And so I named it Not Even the Sky Limits My Dreams, because I'm just like so motivated to make these dreams come true. And all I did to this was apply a digital oil effect, so that is available for sale. Okay, now we did take some detours off of the Mother Road. And one of our first detours was to Santa Fe via the Turquoise Trail. And I titled this For Real, because while I did do some manipulating, this sign right here, this is a real sign on the Turquoise Trail. And I was like, what? I mean, and there's several of those. So I was like, well, I'm just going to have fun with that. So what I did to this one is the only thing that I manipulated is the sky, of course. So I added a sky filter with the UFO and then added some abstract color to make it kind of zany. But I thought that was cool, but that is also for sale. This is also on the Turquoise Trail. This is entitled Along the Turquoise Trail, and it's going towards Santa Fe, New Mexico. And what I did with this one is change the perspective. So this is where the camera is actually on the ground, on the road. And so that's the view if you were just lying on the road looking through the lens of the camera. Now, of course, that moon is not the view that you would have gotten because I did apply a sky filter. I wish that would have been the view, but you can still dream. So that's what I did to that. Apply a sky filter and then also made that blue a little bit darker back there. So that's that one. All right, coming up next is we're still in New Mexico. I call this Route 66 West Side, because it says West Central, and that's just what made me think of it. I also applied a pop art filter to this and did some digital enhancement of the color, those reds, or I'm sorry, those oranges and yellows, and a little bit of that turquoise I enhanced a little bit, and that's available for sale. All right, next, this I entitled Funny, I Don't Feel Petrified, because this is the Petrified Forest and is one of the first things that you see when you cross over from New Mexico into Arizona. So this is in Arizona, and all I did for this is a digital sketch. Those colors are real. That the blue in the sky, the reddish, orangish brown in the petrified rocks, that is real. And this, even though it's a beautiful sketch of it, does not do it justice. So just like I recommend all of the going to Cadillac Ranch, I also recommend you take a look at the Petrified Forest because it is amazing. All right, so that's Arizona. So let's go ahead and come on over here. Now we've gone to California. We've crossed over from Arizona into California. This is one of the first things you cross over into San Bernardino County. So this is one of the first Route 66 signs you see. And what I did was just do a digital watercolor of this. Alrighty. And then while we're still in California, there we go. And this is in Needles, California. I entitled this Better Days Ahead. And it's just a black and white with a digital sketch. This is actually one of my favorites though. I just actually love the way that the light hits it back here. It's just beautiful. And it also reminds me of, this is one of the first things that I seen when we got to our new home state. So that's that. All right. So that was the Route 66 wing. And we just opened the door. And so bear with me because it's kind of, all right. So if you look over here, you can see that this was the wing, the Route 66, the mother road across the 8 states. And then it just shows all the different 8 states. All right. So that's that. Now let's go ahead and go into the California wing. And that was the door to get in. All right, the California wing, which represents the realization of my dreams. So we're gonna come on over here and start over here. Welcome to California. I'm gonna close this. I actually like to close that door too and close this one. We don't want no strangers coming in. All right, so over here, we'll go over here. And this, let's see, right here, yeah. All right, this one is in San Diego, California. All this is a cell tower pole. That's all it is. It's only one too. So what I did was apply a pop art effect to make it into like a star. And then I did a digital watercolor to enhance those colors. Oh, and Kalisha, yes, sorry, she did a text, but yes, she did. All right, sorry about that. So watercolor, digital, and it's at the border of San Diego and Mexico. So I was like, I can do that. And that's for sale as well. All right, next we have Riverside Revival. All right, this one is one of my favorites as well. I have other ones similar to this. It's of the Riverside Mission in Riverside, California, and it's the mission is it's a boutique hotel, but it's very Venetian, Italian, and a couple of the other ones that I did for this, you can tell for sure that that is the hotel, and I don't have a release to sell that yet, but this one, this could be anywhere, so I went ahead and put this one up. But what I did was a digital sketch, and then I digitally enhanced the colors to make it like a different type of color. So that's that. This one was really cool because this is in Palm Springs, California. And this is a digital sketch, and I dramatized the clouds and I digitally enhanced the color. However, only a little bit, just so that it could pop, because my son will tell you, he was here when we actually seen this, and that's pretty much how it looked like coming in. So I said something wicked this way comes for this, because it looks like trouble was brewing, but really it wasn't. It was just the clouds rolling in, and then once they rolled in, they rolled right back out, and it was sunny all over again. So that's what I did to that one. All righty. Let's see, let's come over here and let's go all the way down here. This one is in Joshua Tree National Park. And for those of you who don't know, these are Joshua trees right here. And the Joshua tree is a symbol of strength. And I mean, I just kept on getting so many symbols on this journey. And I kept on getting so much communication, so much divine communication. And every time I got something, I was like, yes, this is where I'm supposed to be. It's just confirmation. And so about halfway through, we went here and I looked this up. It was a symbol of strength. And I was like, yes, this is great. So I just this is another one that's just a digital sketch. No manipulating the colors or anything. That's exactly what you would see if you went there. So that's that. Alrighty. Now this one is fun. This was in the Colorado desert, in the Coachella Valley. And I named it Meanwhile in the Coachella Valley. So of course I did a sky filter to this, and I digitally enhanced the colors to match the sky filter of the orange and browns. And I just plopped Mars in there. It might be, yeah, that's Mars. It might be Jupiter. No, I think that's Mars. Anyway, one of the planets are in there to go with the enhancement of the photo. But I just thought that was fun. But that's the desert in Coachella Valley. All right. Well, let's turn that off. All right. This is another door that you could go through. And like if you just wanted to break, you could come out here and just like look at the ocean and feel the breeze and all that. Or you can just keep on going like we're going to. So this, and let's get back here a little bit too, so that Queen can really look and see what we got going on. All right, so this next one is, let's see. Oh, this one is on the border. So this is in San Diego. Is it gonna come up? There it is. It's in San Diego, and it's right there where the cell tower pole was. This is where that is as well. And so this is looking, if you're in San Diego and you're looking this way, then you're looking east. If you were to look to your right, then you would be looking at Mexico. If you were to look to your left, then you would be looking down toward California. And if you were to look backwards, then you're looking at the ocean. So this is right here on the Mexico border, California-Mexican border. And all I did was to this was a digital oil. I did not manipulate the colors or dramatize it or anything. That is exactly what you would see if you went there in a digital oil. This one, this is one of my favorite ones. Oh, it's just so peaceful. This one is called Sail Away. This is in Oceanside, California, and it's a digital watercolor. And I'm gonna stop just for a moment. Cheers. Okay, so that's that one. All right, let's continue on. This one is, I named Not a Care in a World, because this is Catalina Island. It's a digital sketch, digital watercolor, and then I also, all of the turquoise, I digitally enhanced that to be abstract colors. So you can't really see it from this view, but on the store you can see it better. But all of these are just everybody's boats just in the harbor there. Just relaxing, having a good old time. All right, this one is, I entitled LBC because it's in Long Beach, California. And it's actually from a restaurant that we went to, and then that was the view. But I also imagined that if Snoop Dogg's mansion was in LBC, that this is the view that he would see. So that's kind of how I put with that. And then I did a rainbow effect, and that's the sun setting, and I just did a digital oil on that. And some of the digital oils that I do, like this one, for instance, this is a heavy effect to where you actually see the lines. But some of them on the next ones I'll show you, I just do a slight, just so you can get that effect, but nothing dramatic. So, and we'll get to those. All right, let's go on. I think I'm gonna go ahead and turn off my fan now, so that my hair can come back down. All right, so this next one is called I Ain't Missing You at All. And the only reason that I named this is because I bet you guys wonder, how do artists come up with names for their artworks? Well, a lot of times in my personal experience, I can't speak for all artists, but it's like, it's a personal experience for you. So it's like, what are you trying to evoke from this piece of art, right? And so that's how the majority of my names are picked, is what are you trying to evoke? What was I trying to evoke from this piece of art? However, this is the exception. So the reason that this is named I Ain't Missing You at All is because when I was actually working on it, I was listening to Missing You by Tina Turner, which is one of my favorite songs. So that's what I named it, because that's what I was listening to while I was working on it. But this is Venice Beach, and it's all it is a digital oil. And that is the V on the Venice Beach V. And then down here is also Venice Beach. This is a digital oil, and I actually enhanced those colors a little bit too. This is called It Looks Greek to me, because when we were actually there, and like when you're so far back, you can actually read what that says. But from this angle and this dramatization, it looks like, what is that? So that's why I named it that. But I can't tell you what it used to say. But this is on Muscle Beach, and it's the beach that Arnold Schwarzenegger goes to work out at the Gold's Gym there. So I thought that was cool. All right. And then finally, we reached the end of the trail in Santa Monica. And so I did something really cool with this. I mean, I don't know if you remember when we started the trail, it was all in black and white and old looking. And then at the end of the trail, it's like, let's bring it into the future, because that's what we're about to start, my future. And so I decided to do a pop art filter and my favorite colors, like a purplish pink, to make it bright and digitally dramatize that color. So we're at the end of the trail, which means now it's time to start going up the PCH to find out where we're going to settle. And we figured that we would settle in Sacramento, California. And so this is a view of the Sacramento River. And what I did with this is, first, I did a digital sketch of this photo. And then I took that digital sketch and put it into a digital watercolor. And then from that, I enhanced some of these oranges, some of these blues, just to make it pop out. So that is in Sacramento, which is now our new home. This was our first vacation. Okay, I'm gonna turn this back on now. This was our first vacation in our new home. My husband and I, we last October went to Sea Ranch, California for our anniversary. And this is off of the Sonoma coast. This is, I called this the Cove of Peace, because it was just so peaceful. California beaches, for the most, especially Northern California, there's so many places that you can go just by yourself. It's so vast. There's coves and cliffs and rocks and just so many like hidden places. And this was a perfect place to just go. Nobody else was around, to just go and sit and meditate and ground. And I find myself doing a lot of that. And this right here, this one is about 2.5 hours away, but there's several ones that are closer that are only like 1.5 hours away. So that is one of the reasons that I moved to California, is so that I could have this type of scenery all the time. So this is in Black Point Beach off the Sonoma coast, and it's a digital oil. Again, that's the only thing I did was digital oil. I didn't do any enhancements, just the oil. So all of those colors are real colors, and it's just beautiful. Oh, this is one of my favorites too. This is also in Sea Ranch. Greetings from Sea Ranch. And this was the road that you take to go back down to the main road. That's what you see. Isn't that just gorgeous? I just wanted to stay on that road just so that I could see this. But I did a digital sketch of this, and I did do a digital enhancement of some of the blues in here to make it a little bit more of a pop. Alrighty. Then we have San Francisco. So this is the city by the bay. And I called this Hey Red because I did a black and white with a pop of red in the rocks, a little bit in the bushes, and then of course the Golden Gate Bridge. And it's just a digital sketch of that. This one is one of the first pictures that I took with the new DSL camera that I got, because the ones in the courtyard that we seen back in Jeffersonville and Louisville, that was the first DSL camera, LR camera that I got from to start working on photography again, because I hadn't worked on photography in over 20 years. Like the last time that I worked on photography for real as a passion was in college, and there was dark rooms involved. So I wasn't really familiar with like the newer DSL cameras, SLR cameras. And so I got one just to play around with. So all of the stuff that you've seen up until this moment right now is my old DSLR camera. And then for my birthday this year, I got a new one. And so this is a photo from the new one. It has a little bit more features. And so this is in Tahoe National Forest. I actually just took this, my birthday was August the 20th. So maybe not even 3 weeks ago, maybe a month ago. And all I did, this was one of those ones where I said, when I do the digital oil, sometimes I'll like make it really dramatized, and sometimes I'll just do a soft effect. So this is one of those ones where it's just a soft digital oil effect, nothing really dramatic. And I did not enhance those colors. That is what you will see if you go there in that point. All of that green is just beautiful. All right. All right, let's come on over. That's outside, and we're gonna go out there in a minute, but we have 3 more to look at over here before we go. So let's come over here. There we go. All right. So this was our first winter holiday in our new home state of California. This is in Lake Tahoe, and we spent a couple of weeks at the end of December here. And this is a digital oil, and I did digitally enhance those oranges and pinks right there, but that's all I did. But it's just beautiful. I called this God's beauty because the sun is rising in this photo. So we had a view to where if you look to the left, the sun was rising, and then you went on about your day. And then in the evening, if you look to the right, it was setting. So it rose over the mountains and set over the lake. So, and we'll see a photo of that. This was our first snow here in California. That's why people always ask me, why did you pick California? It has such a high cost of living, and it's so far away, and this and that and blah, 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 and all that. Well, you know, it is what you make it. And I was determined, and I am a determined person, and I'm a focused person, and I'm a goal-oriented person. So we chose California because I've always wanted to live near the ocean. The ocean is my favorite place to be. And people are like, well, you settled in Sacramento. That's not near the ocean. Well, it is when you put it in perspective of, I used to live 11 hours from the ocean, and now I live an hour and a half from the ocean. So one of the reasons that we picked Northern California specifically is that you have access to all of these different environments. So hour and a half one way, you're at the ocean. Hour and a half another way, you're in the mountains. Hour and a half another way, you're in the desert. Hour and a half another way, you have access to snow. So, you know, we don't miss snow. We have access to it. So this was one of our first pictures. Yeah, and Karan says that it has every kind of area for fun. And Karan is actually one of the first friends that I met here in California as well. So this is just a black and white digital sketch with the snow. This is from the porch of our the Airbnb. Just beautiful. All right, and then this last one in California wing is the sun setting over the lake. That's Lake Tahoe, and all I did to this, and this is one of those soft digital oils where you don't see a lot of the detail on the oil, but you know that it's an oil print. But it's just so beautiful. Look at that. I entitled this Hello Father Sky. All right. Let's go on out to the last wing, and then we'll go to the store, so you can see that too. Because right now the store has a password on it, because this is just this is the grand opening for the art gallery, but it's the soft opening for the store. Because while I have all of these prints from the gallery in the store, I have much, much, much more that I want to share. So I am working on the store, and I'm going to have a grand opening of the store in 2 weeks. But tonight you'll get the password to enter the store because you are my VIPs. groups. All right, so let's go ahead and look over here. This is me manifesting my Northern California happily ever after dreams. So let's look over here. This is one of my favorite photos. This represents, I call this newfound peace, because this represents my newfound peace. And again, I entitled this exhibit, Let Me Reintroduce Myself, because I want to introduce myself to people who don't know me, but I also want to reintroduce this Nikki to some of you who may have a history from me with me, because a lot of things have changed, and good changes, but I just wanted to kind of put myself back out there. So this is Newfound Peace, because I have Newfound Peace now, and this is in Midtown Sacramento. And listen, this is just a raw image. No effects, nothing, that's it. There's no digital effects, no enhancement, it's just the raw image, which is why it's probably one of my favorites. I don't know what kind of flower that is, but my husband and I are just coming out of lunch one day, and this is outside of a parking garage. And I was like, wow, that's awesome. And I took the photo, and here we are. So that's that. This one is another one that I took with my new camera that I just got for my birthday. And I love these perspectives and I found this is a newfound perspective to where it's on the ground looking forward. And again, this is just raw, no effects, no enhancement, nothing. This is just the photo that I got off of the camera. And I just love it. It's just amazing. All right. This is another one. So here in California, now I'm from the Midwest. I'm from Louisville, Kentucky. And we do have bluegrass, and we have country roads and all that kind of stuff. Here, I'm sorry, I need to get back a little bit. Maybe if I click on it, nah. Give me just a moment to get back. That's why it's just so much better if I can get the full tour to work, because you don't have to be concerned with trying to navigate. All right, so again, let me admit this person in. Welcome in, thank you for coming. I live in Louisville, or from Louisville, Kentucky. We have chickens and cows and all that, right? However, they're contained, okay? I have not ever seen in Kentucky or in Indiana a rooster just walking down the sidewalk, okay? I've never seen a rooster in Indiana or in Kentucky just on a major street, just there. I've seen geese, I've seen birds, but not a rooster. And so here in California, roosters are prevalent. And especially there's this town called Fair Oaks, and that's actually what they're known for. They're known for their roosters, and that's where this one is. This one is in Fair Oaks, California, and roosters are just everywhere. And so not just in Fair Oaks, but just everywhere surrounding me. So I decided that I'm getting these messages. I'm here living my best dreams. Everything's great, but I keep on seeing these roosters. So now I need to figure out, what does this mean? And I found out that the rooster is my newfound spirit animal. So yay, roosters. And this is just a pop art filter that I did some digitally dramatize the colors of the feathers. All right. This one is another one of the Golden Gate Bridge in San Francisco. I did a sky filter to get that powerful sky in the background. And then I enhanced the colors and did a digital oil. But if you see this right here, this white right here, this is a fog that rolls into the San Francisco Bay every day. Typically from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Sometimes it goes to 2, sometimes it starts at 10. But it's just a heavy, dense fog, and it just rolls in. And so when I first started taking these photos, I was like, man, I wish this fog would get out of the way so that we could really see. And I had several photos of just this fog. And so I was like, well, I'm just going to go ahead and figure out what to do with it. Well, not just this year, maybe about 3 or 4 months ago, I just seen that there's actually a name for this fog. So the people in the Bay Area actually call this fog Earl. Like there's a name for the fog. And so I entitled this one Good Morning Earl. So now I have several pictures of Earl that I can go back and dramatize for you guys. So, but this is just one, Good Morning Earl. All right, let's see. Oh, this is one of my favorites too. I call this Just Another Monday because, like I said, one of the reasons that I wanted to move to California so that I can have access to this type of scenery. And what did I do? Wake up on a Monday morning, here we are, right here at this, and it's just beautiful. And what I did to this was a digital sketch, and then I just digitally enhanced the ocean, the blue in the ocean. Just gorgeous. Oh my gosh, another one that's just gorgeous too. This is right off, I called it the Sonoma Coast because this is right off of the Sonoma Coast. And this is the raw photo, but I did digitally enhance that blue and that orange right there, just to make it pop. But other than that, that is the raw photo. All right. And then this is one of the ones that I just took a few weeks ago in the Tahoe National Forest along State Road 49. I entitled it No Racism, and I just love it because this was a no parking sign, and someone just spray painted over it to say no racism. And it's just, that's the type of environment that I'm living in right now. And I'm just very thankful for that, considering the type of environment that we have in the world right now. So this was just a digital oil, and I enhanced that with some abstract colors. Oh my gosh, this is one of my favorites. Now, even though this is on the wall of Manifesting My Northern California, and all of the rest of them, these are actually in Northern California, this one was taken in Jeffersonville with my old camera, but I brought it over just to say that I still utilize the power of the moon. As a matter of fact, yesterday was the new moon in Virgo, which is representing new beginnings. Today is the first day of the waxing crescent, and this is actually the waxing gibbous. So I entitled this Such a Gibbous. But it's a digital oil, and then I did some abstract colors with my favorite purple. All right, so now that I'm here in California, I can have some fun legally. And so this is a photo of something that's growing here in our home legally. And it is a pop art effect, and I've just digitally dramatized some of the colors. And so that one's called pre-weeding. And then over here is MJ Breeze, because this is during weeding. And this is on my porchio in Sacramento, California. And my porchio is a combination of my back porch and my patio. So I just created a new word, and that's what I'm going to stick to. It's a digital watercolor, and I digitally dramatize and enhance the color too. And if you see right here, this is the blunt, and then this is the smoke from the blunt all the way around here. These are some trees, and then this is our privacy fence. So that's that. And then this last one is called post-weeding because this is the after effect of everything that just happened. And this is a self-portrait, and it's on my porchio in Sacramento, California. And it has the pop art effect, and I've digitally dramatized and enhanced for the abstract colors. So, woo, that is my exhibit. I am so happy that you guys came to visit. Now we're going to go to the store, but first let's go ahead and come over here so that we can see the ending of the exhibit. Yeah. And then we're going to turn around, and hopefully by next week I'll have this whole tour together so that we don't have to do this. Here we go. So this is the end of the exhibit. We'll come up a little bit closer so that we can see. Yeah. All right, so this, if you can see, that's my dad. So I started with my dad. I dedicated this exhibit to my dad, so I just thought it fitting to end with him. So if you can see, you know, they're just thumbnails of my dad, pictures of his face. And then it just says that, thank you for visiting. Check out many more pieces at Divinely Elevated Artworks, my Shopify.com, which I'm actually going to change that because now you can just go to Divinely Elevated and my store is there. So that's what we're about to do. So let's go ahead and close this out. Thank you, Molly, for helping me out. So we're going to close that one. We're going to come back to my website. So after you finish the virtual art gallery, then you can just click over here to the shop. Now, this shows up on my site because it's my computer, right? I have the password. But for you to get in, you'll need the password. So when you click on my shop, it'll say in the top right corner, it'll say enter password. And the password is, I'm going to put it in here, is love and light, all lowercase, no spaces. So I'm going to put love and light. That is the password. And so that will get you into the store. Now, this is a very basic store right now, which is why I'm only showing it to the people who showed up today. And a few other of my friends who couldn't be here tonight. But you can just go here and then that's my homepage. It'll tell you more about me. This is a photo in Los Angeles. It just talks about, well, let's just read it. Okay, meet the artist. Nikki Rhodes is founder of DivinelyElevated.com. Nikki's medium of choice is digital art. She is a photographer by nature. However, she loves using filters and effects to manipulate her photography into beautiful pieces of art. She has selected a few of her favorites to share below that represent different parts of her journey. If you would like to be an active participant in Nikki's personal journey, visit DivinelyElevated.com to sign up. And you certainly can do that. But then down here, these are a few of my favorites, like this one right here, New Lewin Spring. This was one of my first photos I shot with my first DSLR camera back in my hometown. The last time I seriously dabbled in photography was in a darkroom over 20 years ago. So I thought springtime was perfect for the beginning of a new manifestation. And then this next one, Rebirth, Route 66 in Missouri. Some tragic events happened, which allowed me to reevaluate my life. I decided I wasn't happy because I wasn't living my dreams. So I created a plan, packed up, left everything I knew, and traveled over 2,000 miles to follow my dreams. We took Route 66 from beginning to end, and along the journey, I spotted this lotus, which is a symbol of rebirth. Fitting, right? And then this last one is Newfound Peace in Sacramento. After 4 weeks of leisure traveling along the Mother Road, we took another week to travel up the Pacific Coast Highway to reach our final destination. This photo was shot after trying a new restaurant in our new city. It immediately brought me an overwhelming feeling of peace, and I knew that this was confirmation that I'm finally living my dreams, which I am, and I'm just so thankful. And then down here at the bottom, just, you know, a quote, and like if you want to search, for instance, okay, so let's say we liked, what did we like? I can't think. Oh, let's say we like something like the Toto one. So let's just type in Toto. Oh, here we go. Here, this is what is available in Toto. So we have one that's a poster, and you can click on it. You can click up close. That this is the detail of the poster, and this size, which is 20 by 16, is $19.99. Or there's also 2 additional sizes. So the 11 by 9 is $9.99, and the 14 by 11 is $12.99. So that is a poster. So if you know what you're looking for, you know what you liked in my gallery, you can just type in the title and it'll take it to you. If you just want to browse, because I do have a couple other things in here too. If you just want to browse, you can go to the catalog and then you can search all the products. Like right now I have some face mask in here as well. So I've designed some different designs. Like let's look at this one. This is an abstract picture of the Sacramento sky with all of the smoke coming in from the wildfires. And so this is a $12.99 mask. But then I also have some heavy duty masks too. Not the medical type ones, but the just a heavier material. Let's get to those. Yeah, so these are like the heavier material, and you can just click on any one of these. These are the $18.99, and then you can kind of click, and it also shows you what it'll look like on as well. So those are some masks, but then also we just have some different, let me see if I can find one that wasn't in the gallery. All of these are in the gallery. Oh, no, all of these are in the gallery. And I'm going to be here's one. Okay, we'll do this one. Yeah, I'm going to be adding different art every week. So I have so much. So just keep on checking back. So this is one that you can get that is on a better paper, and you actually get the frame with it too. So you can get it in white, and if you come down here, you'll see the hardware that's with it. If you want to see a context picture of what it might look like in your home, or you might want a black frame instead of a white frame. You want to see what the black frame looks like in your home. And so like this one right here is the largest one, the 24 by 18, which is why it's 114, because you get the frame and the heavier paper. But then the smaller one, 11 by 8, is $54.99. But there's several different ones. Like you can get the whichever one you prefer. So that is how a lot of the items are set up. For right now, and I'm going to add more and more, especially as we go into this shopping season. But for right now, my prints are available on this original, this poster with the frame, the poster without the frame, and let's look at this one too. Let's see if I can, I think I'm going to type in Canvas and see if it works. Let's type in Canvas and see if it'll bring you to some Canvas items. Yes, so I have a few that are available on Canvas as well. And I am going to put a lot of them on Canvas, but right now, this is where I am. So this, for instance, if you like the Spring on Roy Wilkins Avenue, then you can come here and see, and I put the, where it just wraps around on the sides. And this is a 10 by 8. Or the 14 by 11, or the 16 by 12. So I just wanted to let you know that this is what's going on in my store. Feel free to share this store and my art gallery with your friends and whoever you want. But again, the actual for real grand opening is not going to be until 2 weeks from now, whenever that is. And then I'll do another one of these things. Probably not a Zoom. I might do a Facebook Live or something just to like open the store. And by then we'll have more products and well on our way. So I'm going to go ahead and stop the share, and I'm going to come back to you. Let me turn that off. And I'm going to turn off my fan too, because my hair looks crazy, but I'm cool at least. So I just wanted to let you know that I am so grateful. I'm so thankful that you showed up today, that you are here supporting me on my journey. I hope you like what you've seen. If you want to contact me. Oh, another thing that I do too is I will customize your photos too. I will elevate your photos too. So if you have some photos that you want me to turn into some custom pieces of art, then you can send it to me. I'll give you a quote, and then we can go from there. But that's another thing, that if you want to buy from my store, or just deal directly with me and I can customize them for you. So that is what's going on. I can't say thank you enough. So thank you for being here. Thank you, God. Thank you, Universe. Thank you, Inner Goddess. Thank you, Spirit Guides. Thank you, Ricky. Thank you, Khalil. Thank you, family. Thank you, friends. Thank you so much. I am Nikki Rose. I hope that you enjoyed this show. And if you want to reach out, if you have questions after the show, feel free to contact me via email, or if you know me, via text or whatever. But I hope to see you soon. I hope to see you also at the grand opening of the store in 2 weeks. And make sure that if you do share that link with your friends and family, to give them the password as well, love and light lowercase. Thank you so much. Have a great weekend, and I hope to see you next 2 weeks at my grand opening of my store. Mwah.